Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone back to an episode of CSGO News. This is the series where I show and tell you what's been going on in the CSGO community this past week. That, of course, can have anything to do with the CSGO pro scene. Let's just say a player leaves their current team, joins a new one. That can affect a lot of different things, including the market, and possibly make a dynasty roster. We also talk about CSGO news and items going up and down in a very short period of time. Maybe you're not sure if it's FOMO, market manipulation, or if you should buy in, maybe sell, or invest now. And of course, we talk about CSGO updates, maybe some miscellaneous ones you've missed this past week, like the recent meta change inside of CS, and of course Dust 2 being removed and Anubis pushed into the primary map pool, which the pros are going to be playing on, which then can also affect a possible operation soon. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button and of course subscribe. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey.
Now, today's video sponsor is of course Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a Karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
So in today's episode of CSGO News, we're pretty much going to touch all bases, from updates, things that got affected from the updates, investments, and possible things that might come in the next couple of weeks. The first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the meta change, or as we thought meta change. The M4A4 got nerfed. At first, it wasn't that bad. Now, it being a week later, people are starting to realize that it's kind of bad. Depending on the type of player you originally were, or maybe are transitioning into being, if you're a mid player on Mirage, on the rounds you can't afford to op, you're probably going to want that A4 because of that longer range. You can be able to kill a lot faster, or at least on par with an AK. If you're playing more of a close player, or you just like the A1S overall, you're probably going to stick with that. And that's at the really longer ranges you're going to really notice the differences between the two, and especially that price. But with that, the M4A4 prices, I would say everyone kind of overreacted right away, just like every other update. But this time was a little different. M4A4 prices usually would go up maybe like a couple 100% on most higher tier weapons, like the Asimov, the Emperor, whatnot. This time, for something like the M4A4 Coalition, which was part of the 2021 train collection during Operation Riptide, this thing was $80 to $100 pretty much since it came out, if not a little less. It spiked all the way up 600% to over $600 on a place like Buff in the Steam market just the past few days, which is just absolutely insane. Now, of course, those prices were not stable. Every M4A4 price is coming back down. And through that, the M4A1Ss, especially something like the Prince Stream, really didn't drop all that much. A field-tested Prince Stream maybe dropped $15-20, and now it's somewhat rebounding, which is actually very good. Now, for people who have those investments, especially for the M4A4, your time to sell was during that peak. I would just hold on to them for the next little while. You might want to change metas, or someone else might want to. And especially when we start seeing pros and how they're playing with them, people are going to be influenced a lot by that. Op prices didn't really get touched whatsoever. There were some quick panic sellers on something like an Op Asimov. Did drop a few dollars on the market. They've also rebounded though. The last sort of weapon skins I want to talk about is, of course, the Dust 2 collection. Since Dust 2 was removed, these things skyrocketed. The Death Strike normal version, this is obviously used up for trade-ups for the Gold Arabesque. This went from 120, 130, all the way up to 250. Now is currently sitting like the 215 mark on Buff, which is very, very interesting. The fuel injector went up from 250 to 330 in about a week. I know that because I held one for that amount of time, which was just absolutely crazy. Now, this price is a little odd. I'm not 100% sure on it. The case, the Wildfire, is going up, but it's not really connecting those two for me together, especially in that short of time. If you have one, might be an opportunity to sell. And if you want to pick one up, I would wait the next couple of weeks since it is coming down a little bit. Now let's talk about stickers for CSGO investing. Starting off, we have Antwerp's Rocks Hollow. Very, very big fan favorite for a long time. This one from about $40. Now it's currently 25 to 30 on a place like the Steam market and Buff, and it's currently falling even more. This is for a few different reasons. I think major stickers right now, people are kind of sick of them. Very similar to when Stockholm was starting to go down. We're kind of in like a dry area right now. People are more excited for an operation than anything else, which I don't know is 100% coming. And no one's excited for the 75% off sale for Rio. Even if they are underinvested, I don't think people are going to want them in the future because they're so hard to craft with, like I've touched on in the past. Things have been going up like the Operation stickers though. From Operation Broken Fang, you have the Battle Scarred Papers. These have gone up like 20 cents because of a little bit of hype recently. They do look good. They might have more potential than the Battle Scarred Hollow itself just because they're so much cheaper, and they were kind of overlooked for a very long time. The banana foil from the sticker capsule 2, this went down from $100 to $25 back to $70. Now it's currently at $25 and has been sitting there for the past 2 weeks. This is good in my personal opinion. This price at $100+ was not stable whatsoever. I was very shocked by this because it went up just in the matter of a couple days to that price. And I think this is the price it's most likely going to stay at for the next little while. The Miami Tier 6 sticker, specifically from Operation Riptide, these have gotten a lot of hype recently, just all the Tier 6 stickers in general, but specifically the Miami. These have jumped up from $15, $16 all the way up to $30 in just the past few days. They look really good. They're very rare. And I think Riptide stickers do have a really good future because of how rare they are and how good they are. And depending when the next operation comes and how good those stickers are going to look for that one, if they're really bad, these could go up even more possibly. And lastly, for stickers, we're going to talk about Kenny S. Kenny S obviously made his debut, big return back to Counter-Strike just a couple weeks ago with Team Falcons. He's pretty good. And with him coming back, people getting really excited. Obviously, he's not been playing in any majors recently, so people went back and bought his old stickers, which those rose quite a bit. So you were able to make a decent chunk of change if you bought those beforehand. As it goes for souvenir packages, these have been a big talking point the past couple of days. I have different thoughts than a lot of people on these. People obviously FOMO'd pretty heavily into them. So starting off with Stockholm souvenir packages, specifically, these are all going to be for Dust 2. These went from $3 in the market to $7.44, and now they're equaling out about $4 in the market. Some are $7, really mixed up in prices. Antwerp, pretty much the same thing. $3 spiked up to $7.77, dropped back down to $5. They're currently sitting like that in the market. In Rio, well, these went a little crazy because there's not a whole lot of them because there's no 75% off sale yet. These are $3.40, spiked up to $8 almost, came down to $4. So the hype around these and investing into these right now, it's pretty high. But what I think people aren't understanding is, one, souvenirs don't mean anything anymore, especially some of the newer ones. You can pretty much recreate every souvenir you see in game from the past 3 years for under, I would say, $30 or $40 in the Steam market, which is not a lot considering 5 years ago, if you wanted to recreate a souvenir Dragon Lore, you couldn't do so even if you tried. And of course, with Rio having Dust 2 souvenir packages that you can still acquire and will be able to acquire until December 15th, these things are not going to be very rare, let alone the actual base collection skins, non-souvenir, are not very rare either because there's just so many of them on the market. As it goes for an investment, I wouldn't buy any right now. If you have any, I would just hold on to them. I think they're going to be a little rare, probably get some more hype in the next few weeks, especially when Rios are removed. And out of the three, I would say probably Stockholm is going to be the most rare, then Antwerp, and then Rio, just based on quantity alone and how the stickers look. Now, as it goes for some gameplay changes and updates and whatnot, with Anubis getting pushed in and Dust 2 taken out, people are experiencing a lot of FPS drops and lag on a place like Anubis and Ancient all of a sudden. That would probably be fixed in the next few days, if not this next upcoming Tuesday maintenance update, which is just a few days away. And that pretty much wraps up today's episode of CSGO News. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Should be back with daily uploads, if not double uploads every single day. Appreciate the support, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.